I need to find my wife.
The world outside is simply no longer survivable.
Could people have survived?
We need to know what's out there. We need to know who's left.
I'm coming, baby. There is a lot that you don't know.
Can I tell you a secret? Something no one else knows. It's never just about the bunker.
Ooh, what is up, people? What is going on? We are back. We are here to talk about another episode of Paradise. Donnie will be popping in. I'm pretty sure Tamika will be popping in as soon as she realizes that we went live. But yeah, I got the usual suspects in the house right now. Mr. Brian the Grizzly. Brian, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Man, might as well just find me here. All right, it's whatever. No, what there's Spoiler Kings. Mondays, Thursdays, Saturday nights, we do that. Then every other show we kind of break down. So I'm usually with him. So let's go.
Absolutely. Also, my other partner in crime, Mr. Chris Knight. Chris Knight, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
You can find me on The Real Review 3000, Chaos Central, here, there, everywhere, doing lots of different stuff. Looking forward to tonight. Thank you, as always, for having me.
Oh, always a pleasure. Considering that you stood my ass up last night and went and did a stream with someone else, I was like, look at this little motherfucker over here.
Oh, I wasn't home very long before I had to do that. That was 2 nights ago, by the way. It was on Saturday. And I did not see the text that said you were doing it on Saturday, or I could have done it if I had been back in time. Because there was time between that one and the other one.
I was just messing with you, brother.
Somehow, somehow, Chris, I made it. Even though I had C2E2, and all this stuff, some way I made it. I'm just saying.
You see, Chris was like, you know what? I think that stream is too dark and I just need a break from it, right?
Oh, whatever.
Chris is the king of goodness, man. What you talking about? You have to have Chris there.
You know what? Chris is.
I will be there I'll be there tomorrow night.
Hold on. Go ahead. Chris got his black card. I'll give you that one. Chris got his black card. You know what I mean? It's tentative, right?
I was like,
Chris gets away in a second.
He gets to eat at the cookout. He don't get to cook yet, but you get to eat.
Oh yeah, no. Chris ain't cooking yet. We got to make sure Chris knows that spices aren't just salt and pepper before he starts to cook. You know what I'm saying? He got to put some paprika, some thyme, some parsley, all that stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
I know that. I know about that.
Well, Chris got some lotteries in his cabinet, man. Come on, I know him. I see
it. But guys, we are here to talk about Paradise. We had the final episode, and boy, when I tell you this episode rocked, it hit. It was amazing. I loved it. We're gonna talk about it for sure. Let's get our overall thoughts while we just sit here and wait for the other two people to come in. Brian, what's your overall thoughts of this episode?
The best season finale I've seen in a long time. That's what I'm saying. I enjoyed this more than since maybe Severance.
Ooh, okay.
They did their damn thing. They put their foot in this. When they wrote this, they made it all come together. They had a good penultimate, right? And then they didn't lose momentum going into a finale. They gave us answers and a lot more questions. They set up season 3, so season 3 is going to feel like season 3. Season 2 ended. You know season 3 is going to be starting. It's exactly what you're supposed to do. They wrote it perfectly. Bravo. Sterling K. Brown. Unbelievable. Let's go.
100%. Chris, what about you? Your overall thoughts?
I totally agree. I think that, I don't know if everything, and I say I don't know because it went down kind of like how I thought it would. It just, I wasn't sure if it was exactly the way that I thought it would be, because there's some things that happened in this that made it, I was like, okay, that is interesting. I didn't expect this, didn't expect that. But no, this is excellent. I mean, they didn't waste time. Got off the train, boom, he's up there. He's like, I'm gonna get my kids. I'm doing all that stuff. It's like, it just went into it. It wasn't like, let's sit around for a minute and try to figure this out. They picked it right up from the last episode, and that was done very well. So yeah.
Oh, I agree with you 100%. And well, both of you guys, actually, you're right. It picked up right where it left off. They didn't waste no time. Now, I know last week we sat in there, we probably had like a 30-minute argument on them showing a little bit more like connection. It didn't need that in this one. Did not need it at all. I think that would have dragged it down. So I'm like, fine, you guys did your thing. You went straight into it. You didn't leave like no hanging threads to where it's like, okay, why are we doing this right now? You know, I still say fuck them kids, but at the same time,
But you understood the character, and this is what I was kept on saying even about Xavier and Terry. I was like, we don't need more because we're gonna get so much, and you know what we got? So fucking much. Like it was exactly what it's supposed to be. When you have a family, they were more about the family thing. They'll get some time alone. They'll do a lot of the little stuff. Now that they got the taste for the baby, now they can go ahead and do another baby. You know, they can have another one.
yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they do, to be honest with you. But let's get into it a little bit here. All right, I gotta fix this damn link. Second. There we go. All right. So basically, the episode starts off, and we get actually a flashback, right? Pretty much flashback to them building, Alex, right, and everything going on to it. What did you guys think about the flashback?
I'll let Chris go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
I liked it because we knew Dylan and this guy, they knew they had something to do with it, but now this shows that the reasoning for how they got the money. It shows why she wanted to buy him out. It shows who the real brains was. It explains why, because normally this guy would have been like, "Hey, I'll here, come work with me," and then he wants to take all the credit. No, he just wants to be the face of it because he doesn't want anybody thinking it's a joke. So this explains a lot. And though it was quick, the fact that the second time you see the wife want like a drink or something, the guy starts getting up to go give it to her, and he's like, "Oh no, I'll go get it." And he sits there and he's like, "Okay, this is awesome." This he realizes how good this kid is and all that, which will be interesting if what was in the rest of this episode, if it is true. But I think that I think it was done very well. Quick, got us the answers we needed. That's how they did it last season, and they kept up right on it. This is what you need to know. This is all you need to know, and it's all we're going to show you. Boom, done.
Absolutely, Brian.
Dude, it's perfect. I mean, really, it shows how smart Link is. Link being the link to all the stuff that's going on, AI, all of it. He built it himself. But then, if he was dead before, would he have built it? Is it a self-fulfilling prophecy? You know what I'm saying? Like did Alex know that they needed to have Link because Link is the one who creates Alex in the first place? Is this something that had to happen? And that's why the nosebleeds when Billy was there and he didn't kill her. And it's funny because Henry begged him, "Don't kill the kid. He's probably the most important thing in the world. He's gonna save the world one day." And that might have changed things just there. Him doing that. There's so much to break down, and that's why this is how you do it a finale, because you could go each little point and really dive deep into this and say, man, if this didn't happen, none of this happens. It was so perfect.
And that's great that you say that, because you're right. And I didn't even really think about that, right? Because supposedly in like the original timeline, Dylan dies, right? We all know that Dylan is supposed to die, right? So something happens to where and I hope we get to find out next season. I'm also glad that they kept that too, right? They didn't explain to us how Dylan is actually around there right now. They kept that for next season. I really like that. You were gonna say, Chris?
I was just going to say, yeah, we don't know if this is Dylan, or if it's just how do I put this? A shadow or a reflection of what Dylan would have been. Maybe that's what we're seeing. It's like Dylan did actually die, but then somehow because of all this stuff changing, it's like I'm going to bring the essence of Dylan back as Dylan Link, this guy. Maybe. I mean, I don't know all that, but I do know that most important person, he could be the most important person in the world or whatever is said early on in the season. That may very well tie into how Sinatra said that basically to Xavier, because maybe we'll find out some of these flashback things are still going to happen because that we saw now. I think because it isn't one or the other, it's the fact that both of them have to do something.
So little stuff,
it still could lean there. Yeah,
it's just little stuff like the idea that you can't change the past because you don't want to change someone else's past. But if you have someone who passed away, died, and used their essence to change something, it's more easily done because you're not really changing someone's life because they were already been gone. So like it's just so ironic the way things are working with the idea of Alex and the way that Dylan or Link really reacted with Henry's wife, Alex. Like all those things matter. I think they showed those things to us because we're gonna get the aha moment later.
Yeah, I definitely think in season 3, because one thing about it, right? Okay, so the bunker gets destroyed, right? Everybody's probably back in the real world now. But I think what's gonna happen next season is either one or two things, right? They may not be able to change most of the events that happened now, but remember what she said, this Alex machine was supposed to be something for climate, right, to help the climate, and we already know that there's supposed to be an event coming up. Oh, Danny said he's here. He might be in the wrong room. Hold on. Hold on, Danny might be in the wrong one.
You sent the wrong link.
Yeah.
But yeah, what you're saying makes perfect sense. And then could it be? I just want to ask Chris this time. Why are you doing that? Could it be that it is time travel, but we're seeing the mechanics? Time travel is just words, but we're seeing the actual inner mechanics of how it works. It's not just time travel itself, but it's really this does this that helps this, that pushes this, and this is how time travel actually works in the real world. They're coming out with a plan to show how it will work with other processes and all the mechanics of it.
I think that's what we're seeing is a step by step what happens as it's happening. So basically, and maybe this isn't what you're saying, but let me say this is what I think what we're seeing. Even going back possibly to the first season, everything we're watching is happening in a blink of an eye in a moment, because what we're going to see at the end of this is whatever the optimal outcome is. If Alex is turned on, it's already correcting things as it goes along. And what we're seeing is kind of that algorithmic process, but in a slowed down time period, because we know AI takes 10 seconds or whatever, 7 seconds, whatever, to do computations. It happens really quickly, but we're seeing the drawn out process. So when you see the nosebleeds, when you see the flashbacks, all that's happening in these people's minds because it's Alex working through all the different changes or whatever, maybe something like that. But yeah, no, I think we're seeing the processes of whatever this is, time travel or, algorithmic correction. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing the absolute mechanics of it. So yeah, I agree with you, Brian.
100%. All right, Mr. Danny Graham is in the house.
What up, Danny?
What's up?
What up, Danny? What's going on, brother?
We're just saying how we didn't want to give you credit for being right, but you might be right.
Unfortunately, you might be right. I mean,
I'm going to clip that.
No one wants to admit it. But at the end of
no.
the day, you might be right. We might just say, okay, Danny, you're right. It makes sense. We don't want to say it's time travel, but it kind of is time travel, and it can just be the mechanics showing how time travel works. And kind of how what Chris just said, the 7 seconds that they did a world problem, the answer to the problems they didn't even know to ask, they did in 7 seconds. And we're seeing the process of how it goes about doing it and how it could go about changing it. The question I really want to ask, because especially with Danny here, is should we trust it? Because what they say is Alex can't be controlled. Should they trust Alex?
I know one thing, and this is no lie. When I saw this, I got a kind of cold shiver. Probably about 15 years ago, I went to a class in law enforcement, and there was a guy there talking about this, and he said there were 3 countries trying to do this same thing: United States, Russia, and China. And they said the first one that do it is going to rule the world. And this right here is looking like just what you was talking about.
Now, so to me, like I said earlier, I think I still don't. Right now, to me, it's like time manipulation, not exactly time travel as per se we would think someone going back in time and changing something. But I do think that's what's going to happen in season 3. That's what I'm saying. I do think in season 3 they are going to end up doing something like that.
We already have also. The boy died. Now he's a grown man, so he has some different reality. How did he merge into this world if he got killed? He's a
So-
little boy.
They said some essence and stuff like that, right? But my thing is this: whatever he had
You can't.
seems like it couldn't be fixed. So I think he actually really died, but I don't know how he fits into it. Like Chris was saying, maybe it was an essence of Dylan that was in someone else or something like that, which is possible. I don't know, but either one or two things. They sent a message back and they were able to stop him from dying. But if that's the case, then Sinatra would have known that he didn't die.
It could have been he's part of a program that they chose to have this kid part of a program and give him an extra chance of life. Like he dies and then somehow he awakens. And we never learn anything about Dylan's parents. We don't know anything about how he got there, or did he get there, or did he just show up after a certain amount of time with this knowledge on how to build this AI, this Alex. Was he just they used that opportunity to use him to manipulate everything and gave him, just like, X is giving it this card, gave him the information how to build it with the brain. So like there's so much that could be possible through this time manipulation, to the point where it's like, if you're changing time with something that wasn't there and it's changing time going forward, that's time travel.
Yeah, pretty much. Again, like I say, I think there's different forms to it. Like I said, I believe that the one thing is regardless of whatever it is, it's definitely a form of time travel. Like there's no arguing that. You know what I mean? It is a form of time travel.
Well, whatever it is, this is the most unique form I've seen, because I ain't got a clue how they're doing this thing. We got little clues here or there, but to know for certain, but it definitely looks to me like not time travel is the alternate universe like Kang. That's what to me, because this guy, he knew how he built that thing in his garage and then took it to the guy here that could do it. It's like he knew part of the science, but then go to the other guy. So to me, it's some kind of alternate universe, parallel universe, something. I don't know, but it's got my head scratched. I'm like, what is going on?
Going back to Dylan, I do want to say this. I do think it's more her son brought back in some way, because if you notice, he has the same "why are we waiting" mentality as Sinatra has. Because as soon as he's in that class, he's asking these questions. He says, well, because of this money, da da da. And he's like, but I built this. I already did this. This is the first thing. So that's exactly like Sinatra. She doesn't want to hear no. And that's what even he says it to her. I know you don't want, I know you're not used to hearing no. And yet we know she didn't take no. She will go and get what she wants, and I think Dylan is kind of like that too. And I'll wait till we get closer to the part, another part that I want to mention. But that's what I think about Dylan. I think it is more Dylan than not Dylan, but I'm not positive yet.
I think this is some kind of time loop because she told Xavier at the end, "I think you already did it."
Yes.
I don't know what they must be not getting it right. So you got to keep. It's kind of like a form of Groundhog Day. They got to keep getting stuff right, and when they get all the pieces just right, he'll save humanity.
And I had a theory which I gave these guys backstage, but I'll say it on stream and give it to you, Danny. I think the nosebleeds are when something changes, right? Because at the beginning of it, the doctors are talking to Sinatra and telling him, or the guy that created it is talking to Sinatra, telling him that, she's trying, Alex is trying to manipulate time. So she says, "Oh, really?" And then he says, "Have you seen any anomalies?" He says, "Not really, just coincidences and other things like that," right? So I think, what's that?
I was going to say, and then he says, she's like what? He says, answers to questions we haven't asked.
Yes.
It's like
yes.
they were going to ask it, but they've already got the answer because Alex is already on it.
It's like deja vu.
Yeah.
Really quick, while we're there, let's ask this question.
Yeah.
We know when they went into Alex, they said it's not on yet. But if Alex doesn't need to be on, there's the question, because if it was already answering questions and already causing coincidences and different things going on, that means it was quote unquote sentient before it was even turned on while they were working on it. So therefore, even though it's not activated, it's still doing this stuff. So maybe what we're seeing is Alex already like moving the chess pieces before it's activated. That way it's done. It's like, I got it, we're done. And maybe that's what we're seeing.
That don't make sense though. That don't make sense. If it wasn't already on and working, then how would it give that card to get
if it's time travel, Danny?
That's the thing. If it's already, because again, they said it's already answering. It answered questions we didn't ask or whatever. So we know it's already preemptively doing things ahead of the time that it's supposed to do it. So it knows Xavier has to do that.
If it's time travel, it can tell you. Can you imagine, like, it gets to that point where it's on and it sends back the note to help it get back to that point where it's on? Everything is causal.
Right. And I think what we're going to find out in season 3, right? Remember the note that Jane, the guy got for Jane? I think it's going to be Xavier when he reaches Alex, that he's going to be doing all of this stuff to try and prevent what happened to happen. So he's going to be sending the letter back to the dude to go tell Jane, right? And when you see the nosebleeds, I think those are situations that he's actually changing. So when she says you did it already, it's because we're seeing the past, but there's actually future events that we're not seeing. And when we get to season 3, those are going to be like Xavier trying to fix everything, right? And I think it's like Danny said, it's going to be, I think like Danny said, it's going to be like a Groundhog Day where you got to fix this one. Oh, but this leads to something that needs to be fixed. And then this needs to be fixed and this needs to be fixed.
What's the one with Tom Cruise? He keep living the same day over and over.
Edge of Tomorrow. Is it Edge of Tomorrow? Yeah, Edge of Tomorrow. Yeah,
this is Edge of Tomorrow.
Something like that. Groundhog Day, like something like that.
I could definitely see that. Definitely see that 100%. Now there was another thing.
Wait. Can I ask you guys? Do you guys remember what the note was about Jane? What were they supposed to say?
She's not a killer or something. It was saying, or she is a killer. It was saying one of those.
Yeah.
Two.
It was a killer, and we can stop her with this message, but we never got that message.
But were they talking about her? I want to know the exact note. I want to see and break
I'm looking
that down
it up right now.
because that I think has more to do with season 3.
Well, I think Jane the Terminator, because she wasn't in that shot when they showed that last shot.
There you go. That's what I was gonna ask too, because I didn't really notice that. Yeah, go ahead.
It says a killer will be born on June 6th at 12:01 a.m. she can be stopped when it matters if you deliver a message to her.
Okay.
Wait a minute, but those are two different sentences.
Hold
A
on.
killer is
She can be
born.
stopped. Exactly. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
That's two. So that's one. So yes, a killer will be born on this day. Yes, done. And then this message is supposed to be deliver the message to the baby.
Killer.
It says-
Well, no, because it says she can be stopped when it matters, not now, just when. So the question is, it says she can be stopped when it matters, comma, if you deliver a message to her. So the question is that when now, or was it at a different time? And maybe that's what it is. It's like we don't know, and
When
maybe
he
it's the
talks to
mother.
the mother, when he talks to the
Talking
mother,
to the mother.
I thought he
Exactly.
said, "You, this message is for your baby." Now he didn't
I don't
say.
know.
He said, "I
Hold on.
thought he said this message is for your baby."
Hold on. I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up. Give me a second right here.
You can't hear it though.
You had to go back. So I think he's looking at it before they walk out. Yeah, right there before this part.
Yeah, I think he says he's gonna say, "I hear you."
He looks at his phone. I thought,
He's gonna say something.
no, maybe it's the computer.
Oh,
that
I think
does
it's
that.
keep on going. And keep
It's
on.
like small
Go
talk.
back to when you saw the computer. Yeah.
Hold on.
So it was born just the other day. Mm-hmm. Was a baby born June 6th, 12:01 a.m. The girl. Yes, sir, please. It's her, isn't it? Holy shit, it's her. Listen to me. She's a killer. Security. Not now, but she will be. But she can be saved. Oh, she can be stopped when it matters. I have a message for that baby. I have a message for that baby.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
He can be stopped, but that doesn't necessarily mean
It's the baby that can
how
be
it's
stopped.
supposed to be.
It doesn't mean the baby has to be the one to be stopped. He said the message is for that baby.
Baby. Yeah.
She can be stopped when it matters.
Yeah, I don't think the message he was supposed to give her, or because we don't know what the message is, but it's not for now.
Yeah,
Right?
no, that's 100%.
Yeah.
But my point is, what is it possible the she is Alex?
Who? Jane?
It's possible.
So everything what
Yeah.
what you just said, that this message is from Xavier.
Yeah, I get what Brian's saying.
He's saying
he's
this
saying
is to this baby. She the Alex can be stopped when it matters.
Yeah.
I needed to go to a killer because it's a killer that will kill this thing. Only a killer would go kill this thing. Someone who will actually go through whatever it takes to go kill Alex.
Interesting.
And then
Because
say she can be stopped when it matters.
So you think, okay, so this might answer a quandary I was having, because I'm thinking Xavier gets there to Alex and he doesn't want to start it. He doesn't want to get it because he's got everything he wants. He's got his wife back. He's got his kids back. He's fine. I mean, he'll figure it out. But he's got this task now. So what you might be saying, and maybe I'm wrong, tell me if I'm wrong, is that he's going to start Alex, but he's counting on Jane coming and stopping it.
The only person who's actually killed people that mattered in this entire thing has been Jane. So he's saying, because she's still alive, hey, she can be stopped when it matters. You can do it
that.
when it matters. Jane, the person who he sees this big villain, is the one who stops Alex and saves the world.
You know what? I can see that because Link's job, or what Link was trying to do, was destroy Alex, right? So,
But now Alex has
Alex-
Annie.
Yeah,
I mean, now Link has Annie. He doesn't really care. You know, Xavier has his family. But who's the one person who's single-minded, who's a killer, that could go kill this? I think it could be Jane.
and to be honest with you, we already know how these AI movies and TV shows go, right? So Alex probably has a bigger, deeper plan that no one knows like maybe destroying all humanity or stuff like that. And Alex needs to be stopped because the guy that created it tells them, you don't
Henry
know
said
what
it.
the F, yeah, he said, you don't know what the F you're messing with.
Yep.
So Alex is probably not going to be this, I want to fix everything that's happening. No, Xavier's going to have to go in there and try and
But
maybe.
that's what, and she knew that. Alex knew that. So what is it? I need him to be next to me. I need him to be the one that activated me. So he got to get a message out. Who can he get a message out to that will do whatever it takes to make this happen?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm just thinking. Is it possibly Jane is actually going to be the hero of the day at the end of the day?
And if they are making Alex evil, then Sinatra thinking that this is going to save the world, but actually, those codes is what Alex needs to become self-aware.
Yes. Yes, 100%.
Okay, so we're doing the same thing that we're talking about currently with real AI and Skynet. And,
Yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
Because
I mean, I don't disagree with it. I get it. Basically, Alex is doing everything it can to get activated to take over and do what it wants.
Yep.
Maybe.
So far, there's been some kind of, I guess, safeguards, but now, because this right here should have destroyed, well, it's 100 miles away.
Yep.
Okay. But this right
Yeah,
here,
that's
to me,
the point.
it makes more sense that, okay, she doing all this because right now she ain't at full strength. But once Xavier punched them codes in, then it's going to be
100%.
It seems too easy of a thing for him just to have a code.
Yes,
Xavier's
yes.
the one guy that could do it. You have a whole nother season, and you know there has to be something problematic.
Well, it's
with it.
going to be more. Yeah, it's going to. There's more to it than that.
100%.
Do you think there's anyone in that bunker that's going to stop Xavier for doing what the hell he needs to do? He found his wife a needle in the haystack in all of fucking Atlanta without even knowing how to fly a plane. Like, the man did it then. So you think any of those people are going to stop him? No. But if he does it and he realizes he's already pot committed, he's already there, that's a problem. Now the whole rest of the season is about how can I undo this? And he's trying to figure out ways
you know
to get
what?
notes out to
we're
fix
gonna
it.
we're gonna see that mailman again too. I would not be a bit surprised that mailman
Should kill Gary. You're right.
will come back. He's gonna come back and save somebody. Save either Xavier at a time he needs
Or
it,
Bean.
or Bean, or maybe save Xavier's wife. Somebody he gonna save because they back gonna be up against the wall. They're like, who in the world gonna happen? And he's gonna come out of nowhere.
Yeah, they kept him alive for a reason because I thought he should have been dusted. I'd have dusted.
I thought he was gonna try and kill her.
So did I. I kind of
Yeah.
thought so too.
She hugged
But-
him. I said, yeah, he dead. He kept grabbing her hair and looking all fool.
Bruh.
Well, oh, go ahead.
I would have busted the shot, like you see how Xavier was on the roof. I'd have busted the shot and been like, "Oops, my bad."
Sorry, I am not
Sorry.
used to this particular
Sorry.
weapon. It's got a hair trigger. Whoops.
That storyline wasn't realistic either because I don't know no black woman gonna do all that.
Exactly,
true.
Danny. Exactly. Right?
Go down there and
was
beat
back
his
there.
ass.
Yeah.
That kid out. Shoot.
Yeah. We don't need to go
Out of
back.
him.
Yeah. We don't need
Definitely
to go
not
back
jumping
over
in
there.
front of no bullet for him not to get shot.
Facts, 100%. She tried to save his life, So that could be where the point where you're saying, Danny, okay, maybe saving his life actually was something that needed to be done for him to save someone's life in the.
Now, what he said in the episode when with Annie, he said, "You have to believe the best in people. You have to give them a chance."
I
Yeah.
believe he's gonna be an integral part of next season. And I ain't quite sure with this doctor, man. Something was up with her. 'Cause
Go
she
ahead.
got- the way she fooled this girl been trained now almost in the red room. She can breathe and become one with nature and all that kind of stuff. If she couldn't figure out that doctor, that seemed like some very convenient plot device.
So are you on Brian's side thinking the doctor's bad?
I tell you.
I don't know if they bad, but something up with her. She ain't quite right. I
Sure.
ain't figured it out yet, but something up with her.
Very interesting.
Don't trust. You can't trust that. Just smile, and then tell you that pimp move at the end with Xavier just left her with his wife. Didn't even care.
Ain't no way, boy. I'd been like, this is Doc. Yeah, talk to you later, Doc.
Facts.
You go over
Don't you
there.
need to go over there? There's people over there that need to talk to you and need your help. I think you should go
Fact.
way over there. Now, you see, so we know that there's going to be troubles going on. We don't know what it is. It's only 100 miles. Like, you're absolutely right, Brian. It's going to be something because, nobody in this place is going to get in his way because everybody's like, I never thought I'd see you again. Even Sinatra was like, thought it was okay to let him go because
he wasn't going to come back. Yeah,
exactly.
But Sinatra got faith in Annie though, because I ain't walking in that room unless I know I'm coming back.
But I think that there will be troubles along the way, and that's the journey next season. I can't imagine that they're actually going to.
It's gonna be another season after this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nope.
And I don't think Alex is going to be. I don't know. It's going to be one of a couple things. One, Alex will be at the very end getting activated, and that's the point of the whole thing. And it'll turn back to everything's fine again, or it resets it to a proper timeline. It fixes all the environmental problems, which I think is why Sinatra wants to do it. Supposedly, it'll go more the Skynet route, and that we'll have to have like Jane or somebody destroy it.
It has to go the Skynet route because if it has to go like the Skynet route because if you really think about it, what's next season then? Him just standing in front of Alex trying to change things, right? There has to be something that's supposed to stop him. I don't think any humans are going to stop him, so it has to be him and Alex having a back and forth trying to save humanity or whatever. You know what I mean? Maybe Alex
that doesn't necessarily have to be Skynet, but I mean, again, there are plenty of things going on right now that need to be fixed. So think about this. You brought it up about the fact that he slept with the doctor and then put the doctor with his wife right there. Maybe he wants to go back and if he realizes things can change, maybe he tries to change that. Maybe he tries to change his wife never was left behind or something like that. We don't know. I mean, there could be lots of implications, but it's going to be like one of those three things. And then, like I said, the third one's going to be the time loop. He wakes back up in his bed, except this time his wife's there.
I forgot
or something like that.
Doctor.
Exactly. That's why. That's what's a pimp move
in the shower.
He brought Terry, introduced him, and gave him two things and walked off.
The question is that doctor patient confidentiality right there? I mean, that kind of is, isn't it?
I don't know,
bruh.
It better be.
One thing we know for certain is that Link and Xavier are connected somewhere.
Yes.
Nobody else is bleeding itself. Those two and Sinatra.
That's why I said I think Xavier's an anomaly too, right?
Okay.
Tamika is here. What's up, Tamika? How you doing? Glad you can make it. We are here talking about the episode. First off, tell the people where they can find you.
I'm out here on these YouTube streets. Haven't been doing too much besides joining y'all Tuesdays for Paradise. And I'm going to miss it. And then I've been talking Beauty in the Black with the ladies.
Nice.
But I'm getting a little bit busier in April since we got a lot of stuff coming in April.
Absolutely. What were your thoughts on this episode?
I liked it. I got my nitpicks. I always do. And some characters that I felt like really didn't do much for me this season. But I like how they brought it on home. I like how we got right to it. We ain't waste no time. And we was right about some things finally. Okay, we called some stuff. Correct. I was like, okay. But I was hyped in here 2 o'clock in the morning watching it.
Oh, man, 2 o'clock? I actually forgot it was on last night, and I watched it at work this morning. I was like, you know what? I'm watching this at work. And, it was definitely a great episode. I think it was one of the best of the season so far, hands down. And it was better than Cross, I'm just saying.
Oh, no, just it was definitely revoked.
Well, why? They're both black.
Why? For another black man? Black family? Not good enough for you?
They ain't better than Samson and Cross together.
That didn't happen this season. I know what you're talking about.
It happened in my house on my TV. How about that?
All right, so Tamika, we were talking about things going on. Let's get what you liked about this episode.
I definitely like that we hopped right into it. Like I wanted Link, aka Dylan, backstory, and we got that. We went back to Henry Miller, and come to find out he was not the one that invented it. He was the face of it. So I was like, oh, okay. Like, we got answers right away where that was pertaining, and we didn't have to wait a long time for Xavier and them to get there either. I kind of thought that was possibly going to be like the midway or, towards the ending, but they was like, nope, they got there quick, fast, and in a hurry, and immediately we trying to figure out how to get to the kids, and so yeah, I like that they didn't waste no time. They was like, this the last, last of the Mohicans, so we got to get to it and get busy. I was a little nervous for Presley. I didn't think she was gonna make it for a minute. So.
Oh, you care? I did not care. Two craps. I was like, man, let her go. Let her go.
Facts, 100%. And you know what's funny too, right?
I didn't care.
Like, did you guys not like? You knew that elevator was gonna drop as soon as he grabbed Xavier's arm.
Oh,
right?
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, really?
Uh-huh.
They're doing
Yeah.
the elevator
As soon as her
drop
little funky boyfriend come up, she gonna run out their arms and kiss him right up. Man, I'll go over there and slap him.
thing. Yo, Xavier did the right thing though. He was like, "Hey, that's enough." I'm like,
kiss
"Yeah,
my daughter like
absolutely."
that.
What's that?
You gonna be kissing my daughter like that? Not that age.
But his mistake was, Danny, he let them walk off, right? They kissed, he stopped them, he said sorry, and then they walked off.
You tripping.
Now, I know me. We going behind a little truck over here where no one's there, and then we continued what we were doing, So I'd have been like, no, you guys stay right here. Where the hell
Yeah,
you
did. I did find it interesting that their kiss was more passionate than his and Terry. I said, "What the heck is going on here?"
That's a good point. That's a good point. He said maybe I'm LDG and the nosebleeds might be a clue. Well, the nosebleeds, like I said, I think because we get little signs of certain things, and I think the nosebleeds are when something has changed with Alex in the timeline, right? And the reason why I say that, and it's either one or two things. Either we didn't see that scene that Xavier keeps seeing of him and Link walking down the hallway, or that got changed when they both had the nosebleeds together and he was about to kill Sinatra, right? So I think that might have been changed, and that's why we get the beginning where it's like, oh, he tells Sinatra, like, you're gonna die today, So I think, yeah.
The thing with him and Link, I think that we hadn't seen that yet. I think that's going to happen.
I think either it's gonna happen or it was changed. I agree with you, Danny. So it's possible that we may see that in next season, where it's like Xavier needs Link to.
They're going to be in that Denver thing trying to find Alice. That's what I believe that's going to be a scene from.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can see that.
They use this same prop because this looks very close to what's the thing that we didn't like? Well, I liked it, but you didn't like it, Lonzo.
Which one?
The thing with the xenomorph. That looks just like the same set of xenomorph inside that thing.
Oh,
The
Alien
hallways
Earth.
and stuff.
Oh, you're talking Alien Earth?
Yep.
Yeah.
They use some of the same props, man. Hey, look, go back and watch it. The
Yeah, it's
hallway.
probably this is Hulu though. That was Prime. Was that Prime?
Yeah, no,
This is
Yeah, I mean, it could be. It could be that they use the same shooting
Yeah,
stages
100%.
and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah,
Fox
Well,
and Warner
actually, you know
Brothers?
what's funny?
most of that stuff is in
What did
Atlanta.
I see? What did I see the other day? Can't remember what it was on, but it was on CBS, whatever it was. And I watched this bit of a show, and I swear to God, it was the Star Trek Enterprise deck because it looked. I saw the decking. Have you ever seen like in Next Generation or something when they show the hallways and around the decks? It looked exactly like that, except just redressed. And it was on CBS. I'm sitting there going like, it's got to be a reused set.
Well, there was this movie, I can't remember what it was, but a movie didn't get made and they ended up using the costumes in another movie that got made, right? So they
That
do
was
that
Blade,
stuff.
and that was Blade and Sinners.
Yes, yes, yeah, you're right. Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But do you think Alex is an acronym of four people needed to create what Sinatra wanted to accomplish? That's a good point, but no, I think Alex was just named after the guy's wife because he says it. He's like, "Yeah, I'm named Alex after my wife," right? So
Mhm.
it could be a
But what
possibility
if?
of that.
But what if subconsciously that is something that like the machine itself made happen?
Well, Annie, Link, E, and X. Who would
Yeah,
be the E?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out if that could be made. If you make sense of that, because Link, you have to change it because his name is Dylan in when he's making it. So Link is something he's taken on as he's going around. But then
Yeah,
again, Alex, if it is doing it on purpose, would know that he changed his name or is using Link
or
as his
using
name. So
Link.
that, but the E is the question mark. The E is the question mark. What
Oof,
if
that was
Bean's name is something like Elliot or something? Maybe the little kid's name, some weird crap like that. Oh dear God!
I don't want
No,
that.
we're okay. Yeah, let's stop LDGing it. Let's just stop.
all right. Um, what else did you guys like from this episode, Danny?
I like the episode. It was really good. Only thing well, I like and I didn't like the same. I'm very curious to see. We know that Jane survived, but how in the world did she get out of that? Because Xavier had to run full gate, wide
Yeah.
open. So she's injured, knife in the back. So how in the world did she get out of there?
Yeah.
So I want to see all that.
No, I definitely agree with you on that one. I was surprised because I didn't notice that they showed that she wasn't
Yeah,
um
they
in
showed
the
the
store at
bathroom
the end.
again,
Yeah,
shower.
yeah, yeah,
Nobody was in there.
yeah. She was gone. But you're right,
Yeah, I
Xavier.
had a feeling.
You go ahead, Tamika.
No, I was just gonna say I had a feeling that she wasn't gonna be all the way going outside. She should have, juked her up a couple more times, and especially the way they showed, especially the way they showed her laying there before Gabriella, gets the message to come over to the tower. I said when she come back, that body ain't gonna be there no more. But she didn't go back there. But they definitely panned and showed us that she was up. So I was like, where did her behind sliver to?
Exactly.
The only thing is she must get a vehicle. That's one thing that makes sense.
But it's funny that you say that because with all that commotion outside, you mean nobody seen her get out then?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
She drove
nobody.
off. I mean, there's over 10,000 people outside. It's
Yeah, maybe
25,000 people up
she
inside.
jumped in a car or something like that.
I
Yeah.
thought
30,000 people. All she had to do was drive away. Yeah.
I thought when the when the doctor stopped that car and pulled out all that junk, let the people get in there. Sat in the car in front of her had like a person. They looked like they were like pale sitting in the car.
It was, yeah, I know what you're talking about. It was a statue, Danny.
I was like, is that
Yeah,
Jane?
yeah. I thought that too. I was like, wait, what was that? But yeah, it was a statue. I watched it twice because I didn't really when I watched it the first time, I was like, wait, why she stop them, right? And I was
Yeah.
watching on my
I thought it
phone.
was
So it was
Jane.
kind
I
of
was like,
dark.
oh Lord.
Yeah, so I had to go back and see, and it's like, oh, it's because they had junk in their car. And but even still, I'd have been like, hey, what do you think you're doing? You know what I mean? Like my doors would have been locked anyways. You can't just open up my door and throw my stuff
Well, I
out
know
there.
one thing. Her toes have been broke. I've been driving off.
Facts, Danny. 100%. What are you doing? They put some strangers in the back of my car. Are you out of your mind? Who the hell are you? Sorry. Because that's some money that they lost, right? They obviously took it because it's worth something. Nah, bro. We ain't doing none of that. We ain't doing none of that. What about you, Chris? What were your positives?
Definitely the consistency from last season to this season. Again, I don't know. Last season was more mystery. This season's more suspense. So that's kind of a cool mixture too. So last season they had to kind of go and stack up all the stuff at the end to show us how we got to where we got. This season was is going to find his wife and all that stuff. I just liked how they never lost momentum going. We said it the first 3 episodes when I was here for those 3, I did say that he's going to convince Annie that they need to go and find his wife first, which he did. So there were these things that had to happen for this show to continue to work, and all those things happened. So I just, this episode is just another part of that. Everything made sense. I didn't feel like, what the hell, what, huh? And this show has very few what the fuck moments. Excuse my language, but it has very few of those, except for the fact that there are moments like that, but not because it doesn't make sense. It's just like, oh my god, I didn't see him going there. So that, I mean, but no, that there's just more of that. I like how Sinatra and Xavier at the very end, he's like, I'm gonna kill you if you slow me down. They're both going because they have a mutual need. They're trying to save their daughter. So that was good. I know you guys didn't care if they got saved or not, but still, the point is that is the only way that moment works. It's the only way that Sinatra can stay with him until his name. What's your husband's name? X or Xavier, but he likes to be called X or whatever. And it's the only way we get to the point where she realizes he's the guy that's got to do this. So they do a great job of creating situations, whether or not you really care about those situations or not. The situations call for certain things to happen that help that show get where it has to go, and it makes sense that it happens. Not some of this. And again, a lot of people bring up that the hyperspace through the starship thing. There are moments where they do something just to make everything end up having to make sense, or this is the only way we can do it. We're going to do it, but it doesn't make sense why they do it. This show doesn't do that. It says this is what would have to happen to get to that point. We have to make it make sense, and they did that.
And here's a question I'll ask you guys before I get to Tamika. I'll ask you all you guys on the panel is, so if she didn't realize, right, that it was X that had to go, do you think she would have killed X in that thing?
I was thinking, as soon as she get her daughter to safety, X and his daughter is dead.
You know what I mean?
That's what I was thinking.
Right, because she didn't say like, oh no, I'll go do it myself. No, X said let's go, and she was like, okay, let's go. And then right before she gets in that door, she has that moment of, oh, it's X on the card, user X, it's Xavier. She didn't put 2 and 2 together till that moment, and I'm thinking, she just got her daughter back. She thinks Dylan's her son. She hears she has a granddaughter, right? I'm not sacrificing myself until she realized she had no choice, right?
I think she got faith because she said it's already happening. Because if she wouldn't have felt that way, she would have never got friendly with her husband again. She felt very confident. Okay, it's working. I seen Dylan. He's born in the right day, the right month. So it's working. And she was ecstatic because what really set that scene up to me was when she was like, how can you be healed? I'm glad you're feeling better. And so she still was telling him after all these years, I ain't healed. I'm still broken. But then when she saw Dylan heard the name, she asked him the date of birth and stuff, then she came back home. So she got faith that Alex is doing his thing.
Absolutely, 100%. So Tamika, go ahead, Chris.
I was going to say, that's another thing I really liked. Sinatra this whole time is playing it like, I'm good. No, it's going to work. Like she is not rattled at all. She walks in, they're doing Exodus. What's going on? I mean, the way she is like, what the hell is going on? It's just, what's going on? Oh, okay. No, that's the right call. Good. All right. And she's not flipping out. Everybody else is like, what the hell's going on? We got to get out of here. She is the only one who is absolutely calm. Even when she lets the thing blow up, she is walking around town with stuff falling around her. So she believes 1,000% that she's coming back.
Yeah. She believes he's going to end up fixing everything. What are your thoughts on the time travel stuff? We talked about it earlier, Tamika. What are your thoughts on it?
I like how they played it out because that's what I want to see how they was gonna do it. And I remember last week we was saying, like her finding out that she had a granddaughter and Link finding out he has a daughter, what change, if any, would that make in them in the decision? Because he's kind of going in headstrong, like my target is to get Alex and take Alex out. But I remember we were saying like he's gonna end up having to help them out, and then him finding out about his daughter, would that possibly change anything? And they did answer that, and it did make a difference. I felt like that added on to it too, because not only is she like 100% sure that this is her Dylan, and now she has this information that she got from Alex, even though she may not have fully understood what it meant when she gets the card and it's saying she's gonna be gone by the end of the day. But then to find out she got a granddaughter too. I remember we were saying either he was gonna sacrifice or she was gonna sacrifice, and it made more sense for it to be her. So I actually liked the way that played out. But it was also interesting to me that even though she seemed so sure at the end, like, you know, when we first seeing her talk to the doctor, and even when she goes back in there and they're telling her like, well, Alex has been doing this and that, she always got that smirk on her face where it's like if she don't believe it and she think they joking, but at the same time she like, oh really? And she's like, well, how could it possibly be doing anything when it's not online yet and we haven't, you know, did whatever we wanted to do? And then to find out that it was giving answers before it was even having any questions asked. Like it was, you know, faster than any supercomputer in the world. It was like, child, y'all playing around. That's why he was saying like, nah, y'all gotta end this. I could understand why he had that reaction, and I could understand why Link was going so hard, because this is something that he, you know, came up with. So to me, that kind of changed everything. But I like the way they played it all out. Now the only thing was, even though I did know it was gonna make a change with him, I didn't expect him to be like, oh, I got a daughter. Okay, yeah, forget about all of that and get out of there that fast. I thought it was gonna still be like a little pushback, or we gonna go do this first and then we gonna come back and do that. But he really was like, oh, my daughter. Okay, yeah, get out of here.
Absolutely. Basil said, "Does Bean's real name start with E?" We don't. I don't think we know
We don't
Bean's
know.
real name. We don't
That's
know it.
that. I
So
mean,
far,
again, if we
he's
go
just
down that
still
route,
being.
yeah, if we go down that route, that's the only one I think would work out.
Yeah.
Do we know what the doctor's first name is?
Henry.
Yeah, it was Henry. Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
That's,
Definitely. They definitely did a lot of good things in this episode where I thought, you know what, this, like, it kept me invested, right? And even this scene where Xavier first meets up and he's like, this isn't an F and T party, right? Because she's asking him all
Right.
kinds of questions. Or when they're in the elevator and he says, oh, yeah, like the time you thought you killed my daughter and I was going to blow your effing head off. She's like, yeah, not my finest moments. I'm like, yeah, Xavier ain't playing with you right now, Sinatra. You know what I mean? But I also think that Sinatra's not really the bad person that like we thought she was in season one. What do you guys think?
Oh, I
Danny?
think that there's still something going on. Again,
Okay.
she sat there and she says, "Oh, well, it's gonna be me. It's good knowing you, Xavier." She does it because she knows. Okay, she's been told by this Alex her plan to fix everything is Alex. Obviously, she's now been told by Alex she can't initiate it. It has to be him. So she hasn't really sacrificed anything. She is still controlling the motions of what have to happen. So therefore, I don't think she's good. I think she's coming back and maybe going back to what Brian said about the whole, you know, Jane may come back. And maybe it's Jane comes back, and when Sinatra tries to take over Alex, Jane kills Sinatra or something. I mean, it could be one of a number of things that these blocks have to fall a certain way. I mean, I'm just saying she did not sacrifice herself for any other reason than she's basically been told Xavier has to do it. It's the
Interesting.
only reason why she did it.
Danny, what do you think? Think she's bad?
Who do I think is bad? I'm sorry.
Sinatra. Do you think she? Because I think, like I said, in the first season, we all thought she was evil, but I think they kind of trying to show us that she's not really evil, but she's trying to save
I
people.
kind of think that that doctor, man, there's something with that doctor.
You and Brian are stuck on the doctor, eh? The
I
doctor's too
think
fine
doctor
for you,
might be her lieutenant, like a real
man.
sleeper.
Uh huh.
Because why ain't she really fighting? I think all that might be a force to kind of throw him off the hint, whoever off the hint. Because now this doctor would seem so weak and timid and meek, and now she calling the shots and she able to take care of herself with Jane. And then when she told her that she killed Jane, Sinatra didn't act too surprised or shocked. She was like, okay. And you're able to take care of people so well, so take care of these people. I got it. They kind of nod and show each other mutual respect. So something
Hmm.
going on with them. And I think Sinatra handpicked everybody in her circle.
Oh yeah.
So
Hmm.
she know her and that doctor. I think that's all a farce. How the doctor's mad at her and stuff, trying to figure stuff out. Maybe the doctor don't know about Alex because it's plain she don't know about Alex, but she
Hmm.
know about. If I get to put a percentage, 85%. And I really ain't figured out whether Sinatra bad or not. I just think Sinatra got a whole lot of faith in Alex, and that's why I think, like what Chris said earlier, she was so willing to sacrifice herself. Because if I ain't had that, I ain't going in that room.
Yeah, 100%. You're correct. I think she has faith that Xavier will do the right thing and fix whatever is supposed to be fixed,
Yep.
right? Maybe that means that at the end of the day they do have to end up destroying Alex. Maybe they don't have to destroy Alex or something. I'm not exactly sure. Um
I think all she cared about is getting her son. She didn't saw her
yeah, yeah.
son back, so in her mind, that's been accomplished. So if
Mhm.
Alex gonna be destroyed, well, maybe she knows something else because she said she told that doctor Alex gonna be protected at all costs. So
Mhm.
something ain't 100% right like it should. But once that is the goal is achieved, I don't think she'll care whether Alex live or die.
And it's funny too that you say that too, right? Because at one point she tells when she goes to her husband, she says it works, right? So she knew something was changed, something happened, right? To where when she seen Dylan, she told him it worked. So she tried something with Alex, right? She tried something because other than that, how else would you know that it worked? Like what worked? You know what
I
I
think
mean?
she knew
So
it worked because when she didn't know it worked until that guy called Link Dylan, and then that's when
mhm,
Hmm.
right.
so that when she figured out right then and there it worked. Before then, she don't, she I think she was kind of hoping against hope. No, there was some coincidence and something that maybe not fully explained, but now she saw live and living color that Dylan is alive. He's the same age about what her husband said. Well, he'd be 26 this year, or whatever. He looks that same age. They call him Dylan. She asked him his date of birth and his month, and it coincides with her son. So she knew.
100%, but the question is what did she
Hmm.
know though, right? Did she give Alex like, "Oh, I want you to save my son" or something like that? Did she tell Alex that or did Alex just do it on
I,
her own, right? To I
yeah.
don't know.
I feel like from what they've been telling us, and maybe they'll go back and show us in season three, but the way they keep, well, I can't say keep, but I think it's two or three different times that they reference that Alex was doing things before they even asked, because obviously we seen that Alex sent that message with old baby Jane. So I don't know if Alex just automatically did the whole Dylan situation or if she asked, because if she was saying, well, how could it be doing that? It's still not online, then how could she have been going and asking things? That's what I was assuming this whole time, that she had been asking, but then it's kind of like the way they explaining it. It doesn't seem like she have to ask. It seems like Alex
It
knows what you want
knows.
and kind of
Yeah.
puts it into play. And so, maybe they'll go deeper into that. But for me, I don't see her as all bad. I definitely know that it's bad there, and I know that she has selfish reasons for why she wants to do the things to do. I think when we first started out in the beginning of the season, I was saying now we kind of see some good points to her, and we seen good points to Billy. The only one I don't anyway that I never saw any good in was Jane. I think everybody else kind of has different sides and different reasons why they doing things, and we know the main reasons for her. But then it also seems like she was trying to say, I want to stop this catastrophe from happening, but I also got my other things that I want to do. And her reasoning for going down with the ship, so to speak, she had her reasons for that because she feel like it's all going to work out and that Xavier already did it. So
Mm-hmm.
I do still think she have her evil things, but I don't feel like she's all evil the way I did in season one.
I think she's one of those people who is not really evil, but she is willing to step on anybody if she thinks it's
Mm-hmm.
what's right. You know what I mean? Like kind of like what Thanos was doing. I know Thanos was evil, but Thanos thought he was doing the right thing and was gonna snap his
Mm-hmm.
finger, right? And I think that's with her. It's like you're doing evil stuff, but you feel like you're doing it for the good of mankind, right? And to be
Yeah.
honest with you, if Xavier is able to go back and change things, then all her evil deeds don't really happen, right? If that's how it works, I
Mm-hmm.
don't
But
know.
what,
It's
what
interesting.
was the purpose of
Hey,
her not wanting him to detonate the EMP? That made no sense to me.
See, that's another thing I think we'll get an answer to, Danny, right?
mm-hmm.
Why didn't she want him to detonate the EMP? Why did she want the nuclear missiles to blow up, because that's what would have
Mm-hmm.
happened, right? Nuclear missiles would have hit,
Right.
would have destroyed the Earth. So you got a good point there. You got a good point there. I think we'll find out some information on that. Were there any things that you guys didn't like? I know Tamika, you said there were a few things you didn't like. So I'll start with you. What didn't you like?
I'm just gonna say that overall, now that the whole season has played out, I feel like they didn't do. I don't know, something with Robinson's character didn't work for me this season. I felt like her
Hmm.
and Cal's son was kind of like the weakest storyline of this season. I was expecting more from her. Way down the line, it just didn't work for me. And I know most times when people was bringing up his mother and his grandfather, it was like, who cares, what do they have to do with anything? But I would have thought at least at the ending, like maybe grandpa died because we know he was sick and he wasn't doing too good. But I'm like, the mother, like he didn't end up with nobody but Robinson, and then what's the name, Presley. None of
Hmm.
his family came out of there. I don't know, but I definitely didn't like the direction that they took Robinson. I was just like, okay, girl, I guess.
It's funny you say that because I agree with you too. I think there were so many things where it's like, oh, we're just gonna go to this. I'm gonna go to the jail. Then when he gets to the jail, it's like, oh, we find out there's a place where we can go down to get to this spot. They go down and it was like kind of like a nothing burger, to be honest with you too. So I
hmm
agree with that. I agree with that. Anything else?
Um, I mean, I'm not happy that Jane is still around, but I'm not shocked either. I expected that. We gotta still have somebody, in the mix. So yeah, it
It's
wasn't too
funny.
many things overall.
I said last week, I'm like, man, I hope Jane's not dead because I didn't like her at first, but then I started liking her because she's a killer. She's badass. I don't want to see her to go. And sure enough, she's
hmm
not dead now. But I do think, kind of like what Brian and everybody said, and just so everybody knows, Brian lost power, so that's why he had to. That's why he got kicked
Okay.
out. But one thing that they were saying was that Jane will probably end up being the savior next season, which I could see as a possibility as well. Either that or she's the antagonist, but I'm more on the savior side. Chris, what was there what you didn't like, if anything?
And I mean, the kids thing was like, okay, I mean, whatever. Okay, that wasn't. It turned out it was necessary, but it was only necessary for necessary, like necessity's sake.
Dramatic
Um,
reasons.
yeah,
hmm
here's this, and then the president's kid and his girlfriend, down there, she gets hurt, and he doesn't want to leave. She's pointing this gun at him. That whole scene, I'm like, we
Hmm.
know he's coming back.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
when
yeah.
hmm
she thinks, that's it, it's over, whatever. It's like, he's coming back, and he does with other people. You know, okay. I mean, it's not like it's a nitpick. It's like it wasn't horrible.
Hmm.
It worked in the thing. Um, I kind of think it's kind of funny that Link and this whole group that is up here, right now, their whole job, they said, was to shut down nuclear reactors. And they get in there, one guy dies trying to release the pressure or whatever, and they're like, "Oh well, screw it, we're done," and they leave. It's like you didn't even. It's like I don't think I've seen a less try than I ever. I mean, they're supposed to be experts. They've been going over all the countries supposedly. So
Yeah.
that was kind of like, oh, okay. I thought they were actually going to shut it down, but they didn't. Whatever.
I think it was beyond that point. They didn't count
It
on.
may have been.
You know.
But you're
They didn't
telling me
count
after
on,
5 years, like they said, if people aren't at these power stations, they're gonna blow up, and our job's to go around. You're telling me they haven't come up to one yet where it has not been in a critical position? I mean, okay, maybe not, but I don't know. It just, that was kind of like, wow, why did they even show them trying? I mean, it's like.
So here's another problem that I had, right? So when Sinatra and Xavier, they go to the tower part, right? They're going to the tower. They get out the car and they're like, "Oh," she's like, "Don't worry, I'll see." She didn't tell them that there was no coming back for any of them, right? So why the hell did they leave? Right? The truck just said, "Okay, we're gone," boom, and did they not think that they would have might use their lift after they closed the doors to get out? No, they just took off and left the two of them there, right? So what, were they supposed to die? You know what I mean? It's like, okay, that it's still a nitpick, but I was just like, oh, that's kind of weird that they just took off like that. It's not like she said, "Oh, listen, you guys need to go because one of us ain't gonna come out," or something like that, or whatever. Not, they just said, "Okay, we out." They got out the car and they said, "We out." So
we have to move. Xavier in that run takes me out every time. But I do think that it was more to Gabriella, and maybe we're gonna find out what that is this season, because it is weird that she, was so quiet and on the side, and we recording and we sneaking and we thinking something going on, and next thing you know, we feel like we took out Jane. We coming in here and giving commands and telling them what to do in the tower, even though it was a good thing that she was there, because if not, I don't know what the hell they was about to do, because Sinatra wasn't there. But even how she comes up to Xavier at the end being messy, like, "Girl, that's his wife there," that tickled me.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, "Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
my therapist." I was like, "Girl, get out of here." And I felt like Terry caught on to what she was putting down. Okay.
Possibly. You know what I mean? Donnie, was there anything you didn't like?
I don't like the fact that we don't know where Jane is at. That is driving me crazy. Don't show me that she nowhere there. Then there is no way she could have got her there. She, like you said, she didn't get in the car. There is no way she could have got out of there unless she knows of some kind of pocket place that's safe within there, some kind of bunker within the bunker. I don't know, but that's probably about it.
Yeah, because it was a really good episode, wasn't it, though?
It was all
Really
right.
good. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. The Jane thing was like, okay, how the hell did you get out of that bunker if you did, right? Because we
Right.
see here,
Same questions that cross.
huh?
Did Bobby kill the brain
Yeah, the mastermind.
mastermind? So
Yeah. I agree. Because we see here Xavier, he's booking it, right?
Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
Booking it,
He's
man.
doing the Tom Cruise run.
Man, ain't nobody leave a car for him. Nothing. They said,
Right.
"You're on your own, brother." you know.
Okay,
So,
you know what? That does bother me right there. Let me point this out.
mhm.
In this episode, you see them come through the hangar. They say they're going to use a bulldozer to get rid of the planes, move the planes aside. Okay, fine, that happened. This thing is supposed to be deep in the ground, yet all these cars come out of it. We don't see where the ramps are to get up to that section. We don't see how they get up. He runs out, so it's all making it sound like it's on the same freaking level with the normal ground outside.
Yeah.
I did kind of was like, wait a minute, because you see him come down into that big storage area where everything was brought to stage for the place. You see them coming down in there, and that leads right to the elevators to take him down below. But the whole fact that he runs out of the place, where are the stairs? Where are the ramps or whatever? I don't know. Again, does it have to be shown? No.
No, good point, right? Because he would have had to have gotten into an elevator, right?
Or something.
And go up to the hangar part.
Yeah.
Because I believe in season 1, they do show when he's first leaving.
I think so.
They show him going into the elevator, going up to the hangar, and then getting into a plane, right? So if he's underneath and he's there, he would have had to have done that. You mean to tell me he had enough time to run all the way to the elevator, wait for the elevator, get up in the elevator, and then
because no elevator shows up when you need it.
And then run out of the hangar? Yeah, that's kind of
I don't know. I was like, hold on here. And they don't. Here's another thing, and I don't know if this is maybe the part of the Alex thing we're going to see later on next season or something. We don't see him get out. We don't actually see him come out. We just see it cut.
We don't.
To him walking in on his family. Now, I'm not saying you have to see that. You kind of figure he's going to be fine. I'm wondering now if you're going to find out maybe in this essence he got caught in there. And then Alex fixed it, so he got out.
Could be. It could be 100%. Because again,
that's a possibility.
Because I say this when I go back here, I believe 100% right here is where something changed, right? And that's why they got the nosebleed.
Well, also, notice how Dylan all of a sudden totally loses the "I'm killing this bitch" attitude. It's like if you watch his face, go back just a little bit. Right there, he starts changing everything because now he has a daughter. So things are changing.
Yeah.
And that's exactly where it changed, right? Because I think he killed
you see that flex. Right.
So in original timeline, he probably killed Sinatra, right? But now that there's a baby involved, Xavier stops him because only when Xavier stops him, that's when they get the nosebleed.
Yes. And even he was like, "What the hell is going on?" Xavier's like, "I don't know, but I was with Annie over there in Graceland." Okay.
And then they get to the scene where they show them walking, right? Which I believe is what would have happened if it didn't change, if this spot didn't change. So I believe that Xavier stopping him from shooting her is what changed things. Because he is wearing the same shirt.
Yeah, I agree. That's the way I took it.
It's the exact same shirt when we're having the dream. So I was saying earlier that I think whenever they had the nosebleed, so like when Xavier was in the plane and he had the nosebleed, it was because something changed, right? When Link had it the first time, it was because something changed. Alex changed something that made their nosebleed, and that's why they were in it. It was like being in a different reality. You know what I mean? Because you remember that movie Butterfly Effect, right? Yep. Every time he changed something and came back, his head was he would get the nosebleed, and I think that's exactly what's happening here.
I love that movie.
Yeah, that movie was fire. Yeah, that movie was absolutely fire. So that's my theory on it with the Alex stuff, and I think we'll get more of that in season 3. But it could be wrong, you know what I mean? Because I still was like, there's no time travel. I don't see time travel. And sure enough, there's a form of time travel. And like I was telling them earlier, I think next season, they may go full on time travel where someone goes back in time and actually does something. So I think that might be a possibility as well. Because if Alex is as smart as Alex is, then there'd be no reason why Alex wouldn't be able to create a time traveling machine, right? To go back in time. So it's interesting to see where they go with that.
But again, there has to be a reason. Like you said, if it goes the Skynet route, there's a reason why that Alex has sent the message that Xavier has to input that code.
Yeah, there's definitely a reason. I agree. Let's get into some of our predictions for next season. Chris, what do you think's going to happen next season?
I think that we're going to get to a point where Xavier's going to get there. He's going to get ready to put that code in, but he's going to be hesitant because he's not really sure what he's getting into. And he doesn't really know why it's given him the task. And I think because he has his wife and his kids again, that he doesn't want to do anything that's going to jeopardize that. He's already basically been told that it manipulates something. It manipulates things because Sinatra told him, I don't know, maybe it was a hallucination, but I saw my dead son today. And then then the dead son shows up, and now right then Xavier's like, okay, what is happening? So there is a definite hesitation in there, but there's also going to be some reason that I think he's going to be compelled to do it. I don't dislike Brian's idea that perhaps Jane comes back to save the day or to do something. I don't know if it's going to be killing Alex or disabling the system, or if it's going to be that whatever Xavier does brings back Sinatra. And Sinatra, again, she has been very cool and collected through all this to her death right now. And if activating Alex is the only way she comes back, if she comes back, maybe then, like I said, we get Jane back and Jane takes her out. But I don't know. Definitely, I think the big thing's going to be a moral dilemma for Xavier next season on, do I do this or do I not do this? Because he doesn't want to do it because he was given the task by Sinatra, and because he has his family back. That's enough for him, I'm sure. But now he has to think, what if she's right? What if this fixes or saves everyone? And everybody, it can be, we're all safe finally. That's the moral dilemma next season.
I agree with you. Danny,
I think that's what the season's going to be about.
I got you. Danny, what are your predictions for next season?
I think they are intentionally plant that seed what Brian was talking about, where it says she. We don't know if she means Sinatra. We don't know if she means Alex. We don't know if she means Jane. We don't know if she means the doctor. So I think Xavier's going to have to really pay attention to everything and put stuff together. There's a connection between him and Link, or him and Dylan, whatever it is. So I think he's going to have to really, I think there may be some points he kind of second guess himself because things are not what they seem to be. And I think he's going to make the right decision, but it's going to be, they're going to totally snake us. I don't know if bait and switch is the correct word, but I think they're going to lead us to believe it's one thing and actually it's going to be something else. I don't really agree with the thing about Jane, about she's a killer and it takes a killer to kill a killer. I ain't saying it's not possible, but I don't see that. It's something else that we ain't seen yet because we ain't got enough for the pieces. But I definitely think Xavier. I don't know if that she that really means Jane. We don't know if it means Sinatra, or, like I said, the other females involved. But Xavier's gonna have to. It's gonna be a lot of soul searching and keeping things close to the chest to figure this thing out.
Absolutely, I agree. Tamika, what about you? What are your predictions for next season?
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't got too many predictions for next season because it took me forever to catch up to what the heck was happening in this season. But I do agree that that's gonna probably be like something where Xavier's contemplating and trying to figure out, because he still don't even fully understand or know what Alex is. I mean, she just gave him a quick couple minute rundown before she closed the door and said bye to him. I would think that him and Link need to have a conversation because Link knows the most of what Alex is and how it works and all of that kind of stuff. So I guess him and Link would have to link up together. I do think it's very interesting too that they made it where she's saying that Alex is underneath the bunker, in a bunker underneath the Denver airport. The Denver airport got a lot of history and a lot of conspiracy theories around it. So I thought it was very interesting that they chose there, and and all the different tunnels that's underneath it and all of that. So even with us saying we never really saw that part with them in the tunnel, I'm assuming we'll probably see that in season 3, and maybe they're working their way. The only thing is, I still want Xavier and his family to stay together. Like, I don't want to see them separated for a long period of time and stuff we was kind of dealing with in this season. So I don't know how that would work, because I know he ain't gonna want to be bringing them on no journey that he's not really sure of and that could be dangerous. So and I'm wondering, like, is it gonna be where he sees different changes at different times, or is he gonna be trying to get this done and then see a big change at the end of it? Like, I don't know. I'm curious to how they're gonna play it. Like, is it gonna bring Cal back? Is it gonna bring Billy back? Is everything gonna go rewind back to before everything happened, and he the only one that's gonna know?
That, you see, that's what my next question was gonna be. Is, do you guys think that this season ends with them fixing everything that happened and nothing actually happens and they end up living a good life? Go ahead.
I think the first thing, like I said, I think that if it does go back, I said that was one of the 3 things that could happen. Where it goes back, it's one of 2 things. They wake up and they're all back in their own rooms, in their own houses, or they're back in paradise. Everything's fine, but this time the president's back alive. The kid's there with the president. His wife, Xavier's wife, is with him. Like, everything's fixed. Dylan is there with Sinatra and the family, all of that stuff. It's like, I think that could be a possibility. Or, like I said, again, these people prepared for this to happen, and then we find out it didn't happen. Like, they prepared for it. Paradise is there. And maybe the final shot you get is Sinatra closing the door and walking away from the bunker because it doesn't need to be used now because she succeeded. Maybe then she is the hero of the whole thing. I don't know, but there is a distinct chance that we could get that full on back to the beginning reset.
What do you think, Danny? You think you get a back to the beginning reset? I think Danny froze. Danny froze? Oh no, you're there.
There it is.
Yeah. Oh, he might be on the phone. All right. So, Tamika, what do you think? You get a full factory reset, or because? Yeah, no, I'll let you answer first.
I'm not sure. It could go either way. Like, it really could. If you've ever seen these different timelines type of stories, sometimes they try it a couple different times before they get it, and each time is a different way and different people. So I'm just kind of wondering which way they're gonna, go with it. I feel like it could be something that happens at the very end, and they can make, a few different mistakes in the beginning, or I don't know how they're gonna finish. Or because the way she says it is like, you could reset this and you could stop everything from even happening. I think that's what she said. Maybe I need to watch it again. And she said, I think you've already done it. So I just could see something kind of playing out where he may do it a few different times. But
I agree 100%. What about you, Danny? You think it ends with a factory reset?
I hope not. I don't know, man, what they're gonna do. Because I saw the time travel thing, but the way they're doing it now, I didn't see all this. I didn't see the AI thing, but it is right now. I'm with Tamika, man. I don't know. this right here, man. This right here is a head scratcher for me. I'm definitely interested. I don't know what they're gonna do.
And I'm right there with you guys, because I think a factory reset is kind of like a cheap way out. You know what I mean? Like, everything resets and nothing ever happened. And go ahead, Chris.
What if though the whole thing is again, the whole thing that Sinatra's been trying to do is prevent what we now think right now is the second wave of catastrophe upon the earth. Because again, remember early this season, they said it's not that first one. That's not the problem. The problem is people are going to come out thinking everything's okay, and then the next thing's going to hit. So either she's trying to prevent just that, or she's trying to prevent the whole thing from happening. So technically, if she does that and it succeeds and goes back to scratch, technically it's exactly what they said she's trying to do. She's done it, and then things go on. I mean, so a factory reset done the right way isn't cheap. But I am putting out, yes, probably of all of these scenarios that could happen, the easiest scenario.
And what it probably could do too is the fat reset and everything look good, but then be like 6 months later, and then Alex is doing something crazy, or we thought that Alex did something, but Alex is doing something totally crazy, and be like, what in the world? So that's what I think it might go.
Because I think that's where the doctor's warning comes in at, and that's also where Cal's warning comes in at, because I think no matter what, you still have loss. It might be a different loss than what it originally was, or either you have Alex doing whatever the heck she want to do, which is why he was telling them not to use it in the first place. And he was like, I see you one of them people that, you never hear no. And of course, that's why she still went and sent, Billy and everything else. But they don't know the full potential of Alex and the things that it could mess up at the same time that it may be fixing one thing. So I still don't think it would be perfect no matter which way they go.
And you know what's fun? Yeah, go ahead, Donnie.
What's crazy too, okay, the doctor that Link went to or Dylan went to, if this thing could do time travel and this stuff, why would he want to go back and heal his wife and have more time with his wife? Why he's not even thinking about that? He's like, no, we don't know what you're doing. So it could be the wife. She might be manipulating it because she might be maybe she don't have the motor skills to do it, but she got the brain power to do something. So she could be doing all this kind of stuff to try and get back her life. I mean,
ooh, what if they use her as the consciousness for
Alex?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, that's interesting.
That's what I was thinking at first. Yeah, I don't know.
I had the power.
There's so many ways they could go.
Or get that time back. Why wouldn't I do it?
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. And I also I kind of agree with you, Chris, too. Like a factory reset won't, but I think if it even does, it might be to where things may have changed that maybe Xavier didn't want to change. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But they had no choice. Like it's like, oh, I don't know, maybe his wife ends up dying for real, right? He can't stop that or something, or something like that. So I don't know. I think there's going to be definitely consequences to what he's going to do. But also, if Alex is as smart of a computer as they say Alex is, then Alex knows what's going to happen, right? Alex has made predictions, like millions of predictions of the future. So whatever happens with Xavier, this has to be a part of the future. So Alex is supposed to know how it ends. So Chris might be right to where we think Alex is destroyed, but we find out that maybe Alex created another quantum computer somewhere, and that's where it really is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Damn, man, there's so much things this show can do. There's so much.
Exactly.
You could have more than 8 episodes.
What's that, Natty?
They need more than 8 episodes to try and finish this up.
Maybe.
I agree.
I don't know. I would like to see more than 8 episodes, but the only thing about this is I have faith. I'll start with this. I have faith in the showrunner and the writers of this series to be good next season and bring it home. But they have put themselves in a place where they could royally screw it up. But I want to say that this looks almost like the first 10 years of the MCU where you can see there was a plan in place. It almost looks like they already know what next season is. They had it all lined up. Like, we're going to do this, then we're going to do this, then we're going to do this, and that's it.
Well, that if they do, because I think you're right. I do agree with you. I think they already know where they're going with season three, right? And I think that's why they probably ended this season the way they did because they knew where they're going. And that's the best way if you're doing a show, right? Where you're not doing it on the fly and you know exactly how the show is gonna end, so you can do it in a way where it all makes sense. So I like that. I definitely like that. All right, guys, we'll get into our grades and then we'll close it up. Tamika, what were your grades for this episode?
Um, I'm gonna give it an A minus. I think they did a good job. I liked it. I was on the edge of my seat. I was holding my breath at certain points. And then when it ended, I was like, okay, Paradise, I see what y'all did there, and I'm ready to see how Xavier's gonna make his way through this. You know, what choices he gonna make and what we gonna see happen in season 3.
Absolutely. Danny, what are your grades for this episode?
I'm gonna agree with her, Tamika. I would have given it an A plus, but the A minus, the thing with doggone Jane is driving me crazy. That's one. So it gets A minus.
All right, Chris?
Give it an A. We already know that they don't have to show everything. They didn't show him getting out of the bunker. They didn't show, the kid getting kidnapped. Sometimes you don't have to show it. I give it an A.
All right. I give it an A plus. I think this episode was absolutely amazing. I enjoyed it. I really didn't have no dislikes, like kind of the nitpicks that I talked about, but other than that, I really had no dislikes. And I also think the soundtrack, like the cover for Paradise at the end of
Paradise,
the
yeah, I
show,
love that. I
I
love it.
think
I love
is
it.
so good, bro. I really
Yeah.
love the song. I love the cover of it. But I'm gonna play this final talk so we can get kind of an idea of what Xavier has to do, and then we close it up.
You can't hear it.
Oh, you can't hear it? Oh, shoot. Hold on. Oh, yeah, because I have this stuff muted. That's why. My bad. All right. Let's bring it back. Right here.
You are User X. I need you to listen to me carefully right now. About 100 miles from here, there is a second bunker. Deep underneath the Denver airport. It houses a quantum computer that can stop all of this. In fact, it already has stopped all of this. You just need to get there. You have to follow its instructions and get there. It's a lot of weight to put on your shoulders, but I believe you can carry it. It's a lot to ask, but I'm asking. Go save the world, Agent Collins.
What makes you think I'll do any of this?
I believe you already have.
All right. So before we go, there's two things that I just noticed, right? One, she said you already did it. She said he already did it. And then she says, or earlier she says that Alex already fixed it, right? So if Alex already fixed it, then what does he have to do? Just go back and follow the instructions so that they do fix it? And then if that's the case, will he have any reservations about doing certain things?
I think that's just her wishful thinking. I think she's thinking because her son is back that Alex has already figured it out. But
Okay.
but for whatever reason, she's following them instructions because so far Alex has been dead on. You're going to die. You're not coming back to this bunker anymore because you're going to die today. So right now, she's at the point now where the realization is Alex has done it, and I got to follow the instructions for now. So that's what I think she's saying. I think Alex has already done it because she see her son, she see all this stuff, she sees the X, she sees all the breadcrumbs that Alex is leaving. So, and she know now the last step is he is what she used to call it, user X.
Yeah.
So that's what I believe it means.
I got you. It makes sense. What about you, Chris?
And I think it's a lot like what Darren just said. I think she just notices the things that are already changing. I think she might also already know that the anomalies, the things that are like the things that have happened to her, the things she just saw Dylan and Xavier go through. I think what she knows, again, like I said earlier to Brian, to the point that the computer can do this in seconds, if not nanoseconds. It can fix everything. This is supposed to be the supercomputer. It thinks before it's asked. It's on before it is. It's, all that. I think it's like she's just this piece of the whole thing, and she realizes it in that nanosecond. Her part of this, she just knows that maybe that this is happening right now, and the things I've seen lets me know it's changing right now. So I don't know. I think though it is very much that. I mean, maybe she's just giving him the push he needs and lying to him.
Jamaica, what do you think?
Yeah, I kind of see like what both of you saying. I think it's probably pieces of all of that included in it, and at the end of the day, I don't feel like she. I think she believes more now, and to a certain degree, she really don't have no choice because Alex has pretty much chosen Xavier. Like she didn't even know what the X was for, who this was for. I initially thought it was for Link, to be honest,
Yeah.
and then when they said the X thing, I'm like, okay, of course it would be Xavier. And she does say to him too when they're in that elevator, I think going down for the girls, that he's probably the only real honest and good person out of the whole daggone place. So maybe that's why Alex chose him, because she know he don't have as much investments and he ain't been over here trying to do no cricket stuff. He just been trying to get back with his family. So maybe she feel like he's the best person to do it. We don't really know or why it chose him, but it did. So
I
I
think
don't know.
I think we're gonna find out because remember there was. Hey, what's up, Kendall? How you doing? Thank you
Hey,
for popping in.
Kendall.
Much appreciated. Remember there was one time where Sinatra had the nosebleed, right? I think we're gonna see when Xavier gets there, he's the one that's manipulating the time. That's why they had the nosebleed. That's why she says, I think you already did, is because he's there in the future now, right? And we're gonna see that when he gets there, he's gonna be manipulating certain things that we just seen in this season. So when Sinatra has the nosebleed, that's when something changed. In this episode where you know this episode where him and Link have the nosebleed, that's where he changed something. And I think we're gonna see that he's the one that's actually doing it. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
that
And it will
definitely could be a possibility because he didn't have his nosebleed. So when he got in that airplane and crashed down by,
exactly,
close to where Annie was. So yeah.
exactly. And I believe he changed something in that moment, right? I believe he changed something in that moment. That's why he had the nosebleed. Maybe the plane actually crashed and he died. Whatever he does, he changes something so that it doesn't happen. And I think that's what we're gonna find out in next season. At least that's my prediction for it. Like I said, I give this episode an A+. I think it was absolutely great. I enjoyed it, and I can't wait for next season. We're gonna go around the panel one more time. Tamika, tell the people where they could find you.
Yes, I am on YouTube and all social media. Thank y'all so much for letting me join the Paradise discussion on Tuesdays. I'm gonna miss this. We gotta find something else we can talk about.
From
I'm also, oh yeah, I
yeah,
love
yeah,
ramen. Okay, I'm
yeah, yeah.
always down for that.
Yeah, you definitely welcome on the From stuff.
Um,
It only be
I
me and
usually,
Brian because Danny doesn't like good shows. So
oh Lord. Listen, I'll be telling everybody about From. Yeah, and I definitely will be discussing From. I think From The Boys, Testaments, and Euphoria. I'm supposed to be talking about these coming up seasons of that. And Saturday, I'll probably be doing Self Care Saturday and what you should be watching, where I basically give the rundown of all the movies and TV shows that's coming out. And we got a lot coming out for April, so that's what
100%.
I got going on.
Man,
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
typed in AI. What is a nosebleed signals? in Paradise, and it says the nosebleeds in Paradise are deliberate narrative device signaling temporal anomalies, alternate timelines, and the influence of Sinatra's secret Project X. That marks moments when reality is unstable, timelines intersect, or key revelations about characters, such as Link being Dylan, come to light, blending science fiction elements with the show's dramatic storytelling.
100%.
That,
Go ahead, Chris.
that's built off of everybody speculating. That's not going to be something that the showrunners have told us yet. But I think it is absolutely right, though. I think that's what it is. I think it's the temporal things changing and moving around people.
Absolutely, 100%. Because usually, and again, I know it's totally different, but even in Lost, like when there was the time travel stuff, they would get nosebleeds, they would have their head problems and stuff like that. So I think that's kind of where they're going with all of this stuff. And I think that's probably where it'll go. Now, Kendall said, I want to know where Jane's body is because her body wasn't in the shower. Yeah, she got up and booked it. I mean,
But isn't
that's
this
all I
a
can say.
Hulu and Disney Plus show?
What's that, Danny?
Isn't this on Hulu and Disney Plus, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There you go right there, multiverse.
Facts, Danny. We got
Yep.
multiverse going on. Yeah. And it makes sense, right? Timeline changing and stuff like that, right? Alternate timelines. So there may actually be a timeline where Link actually does die, right? Or this is a mixture of a timeline where Link doesn't die. It's so crazy.
Boy, it'd be cool if they had
Yeah.
Jonathan Majors at the end saying, I'm back.
It has Kang. That would be hilarious. Chris, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Yeah, Real Review 3000 Chaos Central. And of course, here, there, and everywhere, you can find me talking shows like this, Daredevil, and others. But yeah, thank you for having me as always. Appreciate it.
No problem.
I'm going to jump out. I got to run. So
no problem. Have a good one,
take it
Chris.
easy, guys.
Talk to you later.
Peace.
Danny, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Oh, you can find me on my channel, Road to Wisdom. I uploaded one last night, which went out this morning. Also, I'll be back on Friday. I'm taking a little bit of break from this. I wanted to finish up what I started while I came tonight, but I won't be doing any streaming anywhere except on my channel for this next month, with the exception of I'm going to talk about Michael when it comes out.
Oh, 100%. When's it come out?
April 24th, if I'm not mistaken.
April 24th? Oh, yeah. We'll definitely be talking about Michael 100%.
I hope it crossed that $2 billion mark.
Me too.
Definitely make my year.
Yes,
Me
definitely.
Too. Me too. That'll be a movie I will go see in the theaters more than once. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm thinking
And
hard.
I don't go to theaters, so you know when I say I'm going more than once.
I'm thinking hard about driving that 45 minutes to go to IMAX.
Watch it in IMAX? Oh, I'm definitely watching it in IMAX, Danny. 100%. He said this finale was fire. You are absolutely right, Kendall. It was a great finale.
Yes.
Make sure to check out the replay because we discuss a lot of theories and what we think is going to happen in the next season and just in general. It was a great show.
It's not better than Cross.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, Lord.
Really, Danny? Okay, so let me ask you this. Was this finale better than Cross finale? Oh, wow.
Wow.
I'm lying.
Okay.
Oh, okay. It's okay. I almost had me there. Michael comes out on my birthday, and I'm going to see it on my birthday. Yeah, I don't blame you.
I know that's right.
Yeah, you know, when we go see Michael, there is listen, Michael is international. I get that.
Yeah.
But if you go on certain nights, there's only going to be brothers and sisters up in that theater. All right.
Me and
you wanna
Michael
make sure
got the same birthday.
Who?
Me and Michael Jackson,
Oh yeah.
August 29th.
Oh, tight.
Yeah, my other half, his birthday was August 29th. Well, it is August 29th. So he used to always be like, Michael Jackson got my birthday. I'm like, okay, I know.
Just make sure not to go see it on a Tuesday or a Wednesday when they have the half
Yeah.
price
Half
theater.
price?
Yeah, do not go on those days because you guys will be Not enjoying that movie. Trust me. Way better than Cross season 2 finale. No shade. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
100%. You know, Danny just hating. He don't want to admit that it was better, but it's okay. You know, if you like
The,
the series
the
better,
finale is better, no doubt. But just something about crossing, man. I just love it, man.
yeah, I love Cross too. I think it's great. You know what I mean? And I think we're getting so much good shows coming out right now. Even the Harry Potter looks kind of good.
Yeah,
You see a
I saw
trailer for
that.
that, Danny?
I saw that. I was like, man, that look. I want to see who played Voldemort though. That's gonna
Yeah.
be very crucial. But people losing their mind because they making Snape black.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I
Really?
saw.
I don't
I
care.
don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I don't
As
care.
long as he good, man, I don't care.
Facts,
Right.
100%. And I think everybody else, like, even the little kid looks like, I was like, hey, that looks
You
like,
look like Harry Potter.
yeah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I think they did a good job. I think that's gonna be a Harry Potter that I'm actually gonna watch.
Yeah. But tomorrow, you know, the new He-Man and Supergirl trailer come out.
Oh, it's tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, okay. Thank you. I didn't know that.
I'm there for He-Man too, buddy.
Oh yeah, 100%. He-Man, Supergirl, From is coming out. Boys is starting up soon. Invincible's already started. So
He-Man
Daredevil.
has to do a $500 million.
Which one?
He-Man. If it
Oh,
doesn't, I don't think we'll get Thundercats.
I agree with you 100%. And you know what, Danny? Right at the beginning of the stream, Brian came on and showed us his box set of Thundercats. I was like, "Oh, is that for me?" He's like, "Nope, keep it up." Like, oh, damn you, man! You should have brought two. You know what I'm saying? You already know.
Hey, did you
But
see the He-Man? It's not a, you know how they have like the popcorn buckets. They got a
mhm.
He-Man cup and you can like drink out the sword. It's crazy.
Oh yeah,
Tear it apart. But probably
is
about
that what they're gonna be selling in the theater?
I don't care. I'm not buying that crap.
Oh, I know, man. Them things are expensive, bro.
Man, when I saw how much that thing
Galactus
Galactus, oh,
was
no way.
$80 for the Galactus popcorn. You going to watch a movie and spend $80 for popcorn?
Nobody but me will eat out of that, buddy. Nobody.
Facts, 100%, 100%. But guys, thank you everybody for popping in. Much appreciated. It was a great show. Thank you for everybody. We won't be back on this show next week, but we'll have some other stuff we're definitely gonna talk about. And if Tamika wants to come on when we do From, she could definitely do that because season 4 is just around the corner, and that is the show I am absolutely 100% excited for. I'm also doing Monarch as well, so hopefully by Thursday I should be able to stream back on my channel, but we'll see. You know.
Like you sound like you got no life. I'm good.
What's that? Who, me?
Yeah.
I got life. I got
You
life.
stream
I
every
got,
night? No.
I got life.
I don't want none of that.
I got life. I don't know. I just feel like, some of these shows I want to talk about and do a good push and stuff like that. See what happens.
But I forgot. When you look outside,
So Donnie's gone. All right. I know exactly what you're trying to say. You know what's funny? You know what's funny though, Danny? Because I sent Danny a video like it just started snowing like crazy. 5 minutes after I sent you that video, the sun came up. Today was a nice hot day. It was plus 12 today. It was great.
plus
It was
12.
great. Yeah.
No, man.
Wow.
Wait, what? What's wrong with plus 12?
12 degrees?
Yeah.
Man.
Nah,
I feel
I
sorry
can't
for
do
you.
it.
I
My
really feel sorry.
God. What is wrong with you guys, bro?
My
Where,
bones. I can't
I
take
just-
that kind of
I will-
weather.
where you live, Tamika?
I'm in New York.
Oh, so you deal with the cold just like me.
Yeah, it get cold here, but it bothers my bones. I like it when it's warm and yeah.
I'm crazy.
Well, you know what? Plus 12 right now, I'll take it. Because we ain't had no good weather, so plus 12 was good today. This was the first day I didn't have to wear my winter jacket, so I was good. Oh, we got freezing rain tomorrow, though, so yeah, there we go.
You gotta take it when you can get it.
Facts. Facts. But guys, thank you again for everybody coming in. Much appreciated. And we will see you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.